work too closely in this part of the industry, not specifically necessarily individually with business schools, but I ran the Association of Universities in the East of England, member associations, so I understand the issues about working with members associations, but a very, very diverse group of institutions. And I've seen, therefore, the diversity of employer engagement and business courses and the way that they work together and cooperate together much more than is known out in the public. And I think I would want to say, and I've said this at other fringes, that I think HEIs don't do themselves a particularly strong service because most of the public don't understand the strengths of the relationships that you have with employers and business. And distinguishing the two, so I think for business schools, being an employer can sometimes be as important for your offer, even if it's in the public or voluntary or third sector. And I would really want to see that change, because I think the more stories that come out about whether it's bespoke courses for large firms or an offer that you're targeting a particular sector, people aren't aware of. I've never had a problem with different types of business school, and I know that there are many others, because people learn in different ways. You know, for some people, the very academic approach of one will be completely wrong. For others, it will actually be the thing that makes them really want to learn and take off. So I think diversity is extremely helpful. I think the impact agenda is absolutely essential. One of the last things that I was responsible for before I came into the Lords was an impact study in the East of England, not just of business schools, but of HEIs within the whole of the region. Not just in terms purely of their relationship with business, but what does an institution do within its own community? And there's considerable evidence to say that it sustains the housing market, it increases jobs outside the obvious supply chain you'd expect for an institution. And this report said that in our region, it was producing, for every one applicant, every one job in a university, it was producing 1.69 jobs in the supply chain. So the relationship that you already have is phenomenally strong. And I think that we really want to see that carried forward. Let's get on to some of the technical stuff. I think you're right, tuition fees will change the way that both students and their families think about it. And I'm very, very concerned about the funding of postgraduate education for UK students. I think that the business schools in particular have a very strong market for international. But I know it's going to be increasingly hard for young people who have graduated with their first degree and possibly with a master's to then face either a PhD or an MBA or something like that and taking on that extra depth. Martin Bean at another Fringe was talking earlier about looking at the US model, where business schools in particular, but other popular postgrad courses where you know that your income level is substantially going to increase once you've got the qualification. We should be looking at getting private finance providers to set up loan models, which happens frequently in the States, and we just do not have the culture of in this country at all. And I think that's one of the ways that we should be moving forward. I absolutely agree with that STEM squared. I think that's absolutely vital. It's an easy shorthand. The other one I would add to that actually becomes STEM Q, because it's modern languages. Because I think in today's world, if we are seriously working with employers, we're looking at export, we're looking at working overseas, and languages are essential. And not just at undergraduate level, but we really need to work on that. I don't want to steal Alix's thunder, but I do think the model that Hertfordshire uses, where every student who wants one has access to a work placement, is a way forward. And I was talking to your Deputy Vice-Chancellor yesterday, who was saying that they still can't persuade some of the students that that's important and will help them get a job. And they now have the data to show that the more students who do a work placement, the higher the rate of employment as they leave university. And I think that's going to be the key thing as tuition fees come on stream, that will start to make the universities different, being able to show that doing a very particular course substantially increases your employability.
That's great. Wow, I think we've really kicked off the discussion.